All right. Welcome. This is Meta Marvin, aka the Funding CEO. Just always happy and delighted to have some, to have a platform to be able to help people, man, that sort of out here that's, I guess, trying to find their way. Whether it be future entrepreneurs or people that's already been in business for years. We sort of thread the needle between both. But it's just a lot of stuff going out here in the world that a lot of people are just not aware of, and a lot of people are threatened or really really confused about how they can combat these errors and things are going on, or what's just maybe sometimes just where I need to go, what I need to do with my life, how can I get my life right, how can I get my finances right, and most of it really goes back to, of course, money management, but again. I would say beyond all and in all be all would be your credit. And it will be more so managing your credit and making sure things are all intact, that when you want to go make large purchases and things like that, you can be able to be a valuable customer. You'll be, looked at and you'll be able to come to the table and really get what you want and get the best result of whatever you're getting into, whether it be the best interest rate on a mortgage or, the car that you didn't have to go down and put your whole, savings down on to get, or, be able to pay those net 30s, what's on the entrepreneur side, or be able to actually go out and pretty much procure all the equipment you would need to run for a couple of years in business and be able to do it on your credit. So, those are the things that we tackle every day. And, of course, that's what we pride in. So again, my name is Marvin Wilson, aka Meta Marvin, aka Funding CEO. I carry all those hats with dignity and the highest integrity that I feel that someone can bring to the table, because it's me. We pretty much have been in the air industry since 2015. I came into it with a little bit of an untraditional route. I didn't come in with banking degrees or finance degrees or any of that thing. I really come from the muscle, guys, understanding really what it takes to get denied, having $10,000 to $15,000 worth of bills that needs to be, dealt with on a monthly basis. And, really tried to thread the needle based on running a business, which was definitely backwards, running a business off profits. Oh, I made this much money and you absolutely supposed to run your business off the credibility of the business. That's the only way, guys, that you're going to be able to work on your business and not work in your business. And there's a big difference with people that love what they do, because they're good at something, but they don't have to be there every day. They can pay for good, smart people to work for them and run their machine. And they can be able to afford that, or they can go out and get the most delicate and the most advanced technology that they can pretty much put out those fires, or put everybody in right CRM systems, and just run that new age business that we're all embarking upon, guys. Corona, the pandemic, it really gave people a time to recharge and rethink about what eras they're going into. So today, I'm going to give you understanding of how to not only take big leaps and gains into the credit world and be able to see it in hindsight, and how you can be able to get it there and get those 750s and get that 800 credit score, and be able to actually go out and accomplish, the paydexes and get those things unraveled on the business side. They can be able to see you as a business instead of an individual when you come to the bank. So you get that respect. You be able to even go and embark upon talking to some private banks, different things, because they look for certain things. It could be asset-based, revenue-based, credit-based. It just all depends. But you need to be in all those parameters for it to make sense, to make you fundable. And that's a campaign that we're running. We'll talk about that later. Are you fundable? Okay. So again, my name is Marvin Wilson. And, and today when we're talking about credit, sometimes the first thing people think about is, of course, I need to get the car, I want to get the vehicle, or I want to get business credit, which is a lot of people really understanding how strong that is. And it definitely is. But at the end of the day, guys, I want to give you guys a little story about what's going on in hindsight about you being the creditor, or you're being the credit. I would like to say that, and what people, as far as the collections and people that you're paying, how they looked upon, and how the credit bureaus are looking upon, and how they moving during this COVID, and how they're going to be moving post COVID, if that ever happens. We're praying for that, right? So what I want to tell you guys is that I've mentioned it before, but I want to bring it back one more time because I think it's very valuable, definitely to certain communities out there, definitely the communities that look like me. Okay. We really have been raised to go out and get a paycheck and go out and make as much money as possible. We are really starting to learn about the real estate and how a real estate portfolio can really expand your whole lifestyle, and you can really have assets, and it can really be valuable, collateral based, different things, how it can work for you, and build wealth. I mean, real estate is real estate. But I want to take it down a notch and see where most people start at. I want to talk to those millennials out there that's going, and nothing against that, because I did a little bit of it too, but just to wake up and recharge and really think about how they're buying and getting the habit form of what they're using to buy, right? How can it work for you, and how it's working against you, right? So I don't know, guys. Are you guys starting to get a bunch of phone calls, or your parents or your neighbors are starting to get a bunch of these anonymous calls, and you're wondering how people getting your information? Whereas a lot of people out here, guys, is selling your information. Okay. And they're getting in the hands of a lot of people. Jeff Bezos, a lot of people, Amazon's, a lot of people out here that's making a lot of money. But I'm going to tell you one industry that you guys are sleeping on, and that's the identity theft industry. Okay. Now you can look at it. Okay. Yeah, there's a crooks out there that's definitely taking advantage of people. But there's also a lot of people that's taking advantage of you. That's also telling you, hey, we're coming to help you as well. Okay. And what I mean, because it's an industry. Okay. And the industry comes with providing you, things that protect you in insurance based, dealing with your personal information, dealing with banking information, just dealing with your information in general. You got people hacking Instagram accounts, all kinds of stuff. Identity theft is identity theft. It don't always got to be about money. It can just be your information, guys. Because if people get your information, they can do what they want to do with your information to get the money, right? So information society is data driven. So we want to start with that. But what we want to do is we're talking about protecting our credit. Okay. So protecting our credit, let's take a sidebar and let's look at that for a moment. Okay. So if you really wanted to protect the money that you have, okay, most people they put money in the bank. They go get, they go to the bank. If they don't have good credit, they don't even talk about credit cards or something to you, unless you're confident to say, hey, my credit is 700. I would need a credit card when I open up my bank account. Most people open up a bank account. What is the first thing? And guys, I need some people to comment and jump on here, because I'm asking basic questions. I just want some people to jump in. What is usually you get from a bank when you open up a bank account? Okay. You go in there, you give them $100, $20 and open up a bank account, whether it be personal or business. What does usually banks give you just free of charge, just because you got a bank account? Okay. I'm going to let you know. And it's the worst thing that you could ever do. Just because you didn't answer me, I'm going to give it, and I'm going to drop it on you. I'm going to drop it hard on you. The worst thing that you have in your pocket right now is a debit card. Debit. Everybody has them probably. And said, okay, my 800 guys, okay, great, but I'm talking to people that, and I'm bringing it down a notch, because we all have them. We all have had them. But let me tell you something, guys. a debit card is the worst thing that you can have going into this next stage of 2021. Let me tell you why. Because you're running in jeopardy of you're exposing every move that you make. Every move that you make. And guess what? Every move that you make, don't feel like you've been, I've got a bank account and I got a debit card. Now, what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is because they're keeping up with your buying habits. And in the end of the day, guys, what are you protecting when it's your money? Like, it's just like you're paying your money for them to give you a piece of plastic, right? Now it's easy accessible because you're easy accessible to your money, right? But don't this supposed to be about using someone else's money or leveraging yourself, right? Ain't this what this supposed to be about? Oh, this supposed to be about, I'm going to get into business, but if you're just going to a bank to have a debit card and you're putting the bank into ATMs and you're getting gas and it's your money, then what really, what's really super duper about that? Just think about that. What leverage is it? Are you getting any benefits from it? Or when you use your credit card, when you use your debit card, let me ask you one question. Funding CEO to you. When you use your debit card, do your credit go up? Do you get any advantages? Do you get any kickback? Anything? Just anybody out there? I'm going to be quiet for 10 more seconds because I'm going something with this. I want you guys to think about why I'm telling you not so much even protect your credit, but why credit is important. Because they're treating you guys pretty much like slaves, guys. Debit card is flaga. It's nothing. It's your money. They're just giving you some plastic. And the thing is, there's no benefits from it at all. You can't build business credit. You're not building your credit. It's almost like you're pretty much doing some secured cards. Nothing against secured cards because you can help build your credit with that. But what I'm trying to get you to say, don't feel like you done went up a notch because somebody give you a debit card. That's nothing. Okay? So what I want you to do, guys, is understand that once you get a credit card, ain't it a little bit different, right? Have you ever lost a debit card and had to go through so many loops and hoops and hurdles of just to get your debit card back and figure out when the last time you do it? I mean, and have to go to the bank and call the 1-800 and they got to ask you all these questions. And sometimes people don't get their situation or the solution fixed for weeks at a time, right? So, but at the end of the day, guys, when you have a credit card, it's a whole different ball game. Every time you use it, things changes. The economy changes because you're the economy because you're using your adult report card, which is your credit, to manage and to report how you're using it. And people know you ain't gonna get no money if you can't show them what you're doing. You can't show them credit report. You can't show them payment history. You can't show them a debt credit ratio. You can't show how you've performed, profit and losses, taxes, balance sheets. That's the stuff, guys, that people want to see. It's all about data. Remember. So don't you want to protect that, right? So when people come to me and I'm like, okay, what position you in? I don't downplay them. I'll just tell them exactly what it is, guys. I got to get you on some real plastic. You're not really running a business if you're not really running a credit card in your business name. A debit card in your business name is not doing business, guys. That's your money, right? You see what I'm saying? So how can you profit from something that is already yours, right? It's like a match. It just makes the bank money because you're just using it because people with credit cards are more apt to use, that they can just swipe opposed to, pulling out cash, right? And they call that being a little bit more protected. Well, anyway, guys, this is what I'm trying to get to. Today, we're talking about protecting your credit. So listen, I want to bring up this story, and it's a great story. I love the movie, and I know it's a few years back. He was probably one of my favorite actors, out there, Leonardo DiCaprio. And he played in a movie, guys. It was called Catch Me If You Can. And it's about this guy. He's phenomenal. Guy actually works for the CIA now. I mean, he's like probably one of the biggest guys up in Virginia right now. And he shows people how to catch the bad guys, because he used to be a bad guy, but he was so nice with it. The CIA, what they did is they cut his jail time and told him to come up to DC. He started working with the CIA. Now, a lot of you guys are, that's how far in the game he was. They wanted to use him to catch the bad guys. Now, the gods, he lives a centered life. He's married. He's been married for like 30 years now. He has beautiful kids. Phenomenal life. He goes around and teach kids in colleges about, identity theft and all this good stuff. So he's really did the whole 360 with his life. But if you understand and you hear what he's about to tell you guys, he's about to drop some jewels on you. And I want you to think about this, okay? When he talked, I want you to just listen the difference between a debit card and a credit card. And then the Meta Marvin going to come back around, and I'm going to prove my point about how we can be able to protect it and really be able to go get this money. Because once you get it, you don't want nobody to mess it up. You don't even want your kids to mess it up. You don't want nobody to even touch your credit once you get it right. And this is what we're doing at funding-credit.com. Hit us up on the subscription, guys, because I'm about to drop some jewels on you. I want to drop this little video so you can really understand why I'm trying to tell you about 2021. Let's get right. Let's get right, guys.
Now, one other tip I'll give you is I don't own a debit card. I've never owned one. I've never allowed my 3 sons to possess one. Certainly and truly the worst financial tool ever given to the American consumer. So a long time ago, I asked myself a simple question: how would I remove 99.9% of my personal liability like that? Because I really don't want to worry about all these things. So I use the safest form of payment that exists on the face of the earth, and that is a credit card. Credit card. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover card. Not debit credit, but credit card. Every day of my life, I spend their money. I don't spend my money. My money sits in a money market account. It earns interest. Actually, nobody knows where it is because it's not exposed to anybody to find it. It's just sitting there. I go to the dry cleaner, I give them my card. I pick up the groceries, I give them my card. I put fuel in my boat on the weekend, I use my card. I pay the marina to keep my boat in the water all year long. They put the rent on my credit card. I travel all over the world. While I wait to get reimbursed, I use my credit card. If I need euros, I go to the ATM machine, I use my credit card. I'm not going to use my debit card to get euros overseas or pounds in Great Britain. And every day I use my card, and then if I pay the bill in full or part of the bill, my credit score goes up. So I'm building credit while I'm using that credit card. And if tomorrow, and I'll do everything to protect my information, but if tomorrow someone gets my card number and charges $1 million on my credit card by federal law, my liability is zero. I have no liability. So yes, I love to shop online. I don't use a special card, I just use my credit card. If they don't deliver the merchandise, if they deliver it and it's broken, if the host site I went to was fictitious to begin with, I have zero liability. When you use your debit card, every time you reach for it, you're exposing the money in your account. The only person who's going to get robbed is you. When you use your debit card, you could use it for the next 50 years, 20 times a day. You will not raise your credit score by that much. And of course, when you use your debit card, you are liable up to a certain amount, and it takes a while in order to get that debit card fixed. So when we do post investigations at breaches, and we say to someone, on your incident, what happened? Well, I was in Target, but I used a Visa card, so I don't know, nothing. They canceled my card the next day. 2 days later, FedEx sent me a new card, and that was the last I heard about it. What about you? And I used a debit card there. They took $3,000 out of my checking account. It took me 2 months to get my money back while they said they were investigating. I had to pay my rent, had kids' tuition, everything. I couldn't pay it because they had my money. So I do it for that. So I had
Hey guys, he's running a scenario on how it really works. The people that have credit, they're really understanding why they have to protect their life and they really have to protect their liability of what's going on. Everything's attached to your name, guys. Everything you've signed for out there, it could come back and bite you, right? So I tell people, not to get into real business. One, your stuff needs to be insured. You need to think about even putting things into a trust. You also need to be dealing with credit cards. Okay. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're like on a higher echelon in America, right? You see what I'm saying? Because this country is based and ran on credit, right? How do you think the United States owes everybody in the world and we're still winning? Because it's credit, right? They came up with the concept. So you got to have to know this concept, and understand. Let's get over the whole, not trying to get political, but, Donald Trump has definitely went to the school of, I think it was called Wardoff University or something like that. So he probably had the smartest people around him. Not that he's the smartest guy, but he just knows the rules and he know how to play. Okay. Everything else, you don't like the guy. I'm not getting into that. It's all about that. But I'm just giving you the facts on what's working and what can work for you, so you guys can go out and propel and build a fantastic life and a phenomenal business. Okay. And for 2021, you're going to need to get in the ball game, guys. Step it up a notch. Go get your 720, 750 credit scores and go get your credit card. Yeah, they might not give you one, but maybe 10 grand. But the next 3 or 4 months you do right, they're going to go ahead and give you an increase. And then the next thing you know, you're going to get an increase. But when you come to funding-credit, we're going to get you 3. So instead of 10, we can get you 30 grand. Okay. Because we don't have to go to just one bank. We can go to 3 banks in one day. It's the same thing. You got credit over here. They're going to give you the credit over there. Right. So that's why when you get the money or you get the credibility, you don't want to mess it up. We want to protect your life. We want to protect you so you can go out and run that money down, do what you love to do, and then, and enjoy what you do. But if you got to go out here and just be you, unless you're in some type of business that it only takes but you, but guys out there that's really running a multifaceted company and needs 3 or 4 people to run his machine, you best believe it. You're going to need some credit. I don't care if you're by yourself. You still don't want to use your own money. So you still need credit. And people, I don't need funding. Okay. So if you didn't need funding, why didn't people go out here and go get the government money? I call it Donald Trump money, or go out here and okay. But at the end of the day, guys, why wouldn't you want to leverage it? I'm not talking about putting yourself in debt. I'm talking about leveraging yourself, Okay. So when you go out here and get that mark and you go out and get a 2 or 3% interest rate on a card and you got a $25,000 limit, right? And you go out and run $7,000 to $8,000. That's $7,000 to $8,000 that you work and bust your butt for, and you ain't got to go and procure a card and give it stay and keep it up under 30%. So off of 7 to 8 grand, you only got to pay the bank maybe $1,500. And these guys going out here just done wasted their whole 8 grand because you got good credit. And maybe my numbers are not just right there, guys, but you get the point, right? So the thing is, guys, that's the only way that you're going to be able to keep these people off of your back, is to learn how to manage it. And guys, believe me, I wasn't the best with managing. I had to go get a bookkeeper. I had to go get the best CPA in North Carolina. I had to go get the people. I had to put my money up. You understand? Because I ain't trying to, I'm not trying to go back. And I know you guys are not either. But we work hard, and when we work hard, you got to go out here and get the best team around you to know what they're talking about and know how to play ball, guys. If you're going to really bring with integrity, run it, do what you got to do, and you ain't got to worry about it. Because everybody that I'm talking about, my CPA, my bookkeeper, blah, 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 all that's on the credit cards and stuff, guys. Now, if I want to go out here and do some other things, yeah, I didn't say everything in your wallet had to be credit cards, but I'm telling you, your major purchases and most of the things that you do, you can get to the point that it is 100% credit. But at the end of the day, guys, get your credit to a point that when you go and you use that EIN number and you have the credibility with banks and financial institutions, you can go out and be using a credit card so they can be able to give you what you deserve. Right? You see what I'm saying? So let me show you another thing. Now let's go back on the credit side. 700 scores, your charge-offs, your 30-day lates that'll kill you. Okay, I want to talk about protecting your credit. So I'm gonna tell you how people that has money that goes out and how they protect their credit, guys. Have you ever understood and seen while people have, they get their, you have a block or a freeze? You heard those terms before? Oh yeah, I had my credit freeze, I had it blocked, different things like that. Okay, what's normal? That's normal with the credit bureaus, right? That's not nothing new, right? You have to go and, they have to call and get your information to unblock it and unfreeze it and all that. Okay. Well, then there's a different level than that one. There's another level, and it's a word that's called suppression. Suppression is almost a different tag that's been coming out here in the last year or two. And what I'm trying to tell you is that you got to deal with people that really know what they're doing, because if not, it can mess you up. It can mess you up, because if you get suppressed and you don't know what you're doing with several accounts, it could pretty much take everything off your credit. You got to start all over again. Everything will be gone. Even your good accounts will be gone. So don't just go out here and try to, what they call it, finesse, and, try to, get with people that know what they're doing, people that understand how it works. And if you're in a certain situation that you got hit with it, maybe with some identity fraud, or you got things that's showing up on your credit that's really killing you, and things that's really old that just needs to go, and it's just a lot of things that plays factors under suppression. But I'm gonna give you the real detail. When you get your credit established, or when you go to somebody that really wants to clean your credit and they say suppression, that means that they mean business, and that means that they're really to change your life around, because it's really important, guys. And I'm gonna tell you something too. When you're going in, that's what needs to happen first before you even get your credit cleaned. Because I'm gonna tell you something, even when they clean your credit, guys, they still got your information. That's why it pops back on there. You ain't doing nothing when you're talking to them 3 bureaus, guys. That's elementary stuff. Man, they got like 8 other companies right behind that, just like this. Why you think they say it stays on there for 7 years? Don't even come back. And even after 7 years, they still got your stuff. So you're not even scraping the bottom of the barrel when you talk about, oh, I'm gonna get my credit clean. Yeah, you're getting it clean, all right. It's clean and it's got dust and, and everything on the bottom, because you're not really cleaning your credit. You just maybe it's wiping it, right? Because you know what it is? It's about your data. It's about your information, guys. It's about cops being able to pull you over and know who you are before you even get out the car. Everything about you. This is just where we at, guys. This AI technology and all this stuff just ain't about computers and traffic lights and NASA and astronauts. No, this stuff is in our economic society, and it's going on with your credit. Matter of fact, those are the ones that really started it. It's the same thing, guys. System is systems. Data is data. Ask Zuckerberg, ask all these guys that's controlling your life and knows what makes you get up in the morning and do everything you need to do, what you look at when you first get up on the phone. I was talking about it yesterday. Our learning patterns are so easy because people get on the phone first thing. You can tell when people wake up because you sort of see when they post. Everything, guys. So it's all about data. So if the people out here that's really concerned and really want to move to the next level and make sure they're protected when it comes to the way they move with the way they buying things and protecting things, give us a hit, guys. Funding-credit, because we're all in it. And we're all about protecting you. We're about making sure that your stuff is safe. And we're going to give you we're going to give you the best information about, okay, we're going to get your credit straight, but you're going to need to keep it straight. And you're going to hear these terms coming from us because we know about it. Because we know we got people out here. They don't need, so I got guys and me, they might come get their credit straight, but they making $250,000 a month. And they still want their credit straight. So, but if you on that level, if you're on a higher or low, it doesn't matter, because your credit is your credit. It doesn't matter about, who has the most money, but if you need to protect it because you worked hard to get it there, then you need to know how to maintain it. You need to be able to make sure that, hey, I tell you what, I'm going to keep my credit the way I need to be, because before somebody or anybody put anything, bill collectors or anybody put anything or can put anything, guess who they're going to have to call? They'd have to call you first. You do have that control, guys. You have that control. Yeah, it's certain phone calls and certain things that we have to make with you just to even go through this whole process. There's certain people that we have to call. There's certain aspects around credit that we have to call, and we need you. And you're going to have to go through that whole clarifying, verifying process, and then they're going to shut it down. Bank of America called. But you got to understand the new dynamics of how this credit world is going. Y'all heard about Equifax? I think Equifax done moved 3 or 4 times in the 2 or 3 years. Remember they talked about everybody got hacked? I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not out here trying to say they didn't. But at the end of the day, it was about 3 million Social Security numbers is out here floating. Then they came back. What they tell you? Well, we're going to give you a little kickback. And oh, yeah, matter of fact, we got an identity platform that we're going to give to you for free. You see, so that's $1 billion industry, guys. I'm not trying to say who's the crooks, who's right, who's wrong, but just make sure you're protecting yourself out there. And the people that knows the law and people that know how to not so much manipulate that, but know how to work and protect you. Just like you walking into a courtroom and you don't know the law, you're screwed, right? So it's about, that's what I tell people, it's not even about us being able to clean your credit or protect your credit, but it's about you understanding your credit and who you are with your credit. Because they know who you are. You're worth millions of dollars. I don't care if you ain't got but nothing in the bank. Your data, you're pretty much, you're almost a millionaire plus just your data alone. That little uncle that sits on the couch and drink beer all day. Oh yeah, he's pretty much a millionaire too. He's living, ain't he? He might not be using it, but somebody else can without him even knowing it. So guys, you need to understand who you are and what you connected to. And every time you sign something, you need to know, oh man, did I write? Listen, did I get one inquiry or y'all gonna run me through 12 banks? Because y'all run me through 12 banks, all them 12 banks gonna be on my credit. You know, so they did pass a law this year, even with the car lots. Now the car lots, it should be going on one time going on your credit. Remember people go to the credit card, go to the car lots. Next thing you know, you look at your credit. It's like they ran your credit like 25 times, guys. That damages your credit. Inquiries plays almost like a 10% rule on your whole credit profile. It totally demolishes everything that you work for just because you went to go get a car. And Meta Marvin's here to tell you, hey guys, if you're going to get a car, that's why I tell you guys, have a bank, have a credit union. I would say, definitely guys, if you have to, go get a credit union. I know the favorable ones you need to go to as well. But tell you this, if you're going to get anything to drive or anything like that, I'm pretty much anything. I would say even mortgages. Go to credit unions, check them out. They definitely favorable when it comes to interest rates. And the thing is, when you go to the credit union and you tell them, hey, listen, hey, run my credit. They're going to run your credit one time. And guess what? They're going to tell you, Mr. Wilson, we ran you and we ran a car loan for you on your behalf and you was approved for $36,000. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to give you a check for $36,000. You go to the car lot. So anything that's $36,000 or below, it's your car. You got the check. You go into the car lot with the check. You see? So you ain't even got to go through all that sitting around. Oh, well, Mr. You think you can come up with another $1,000? Don't that stuff gets on your nerves, guys? You got to know how to put things first so they ain't treating you like you last. You don't know your rights. You don't know where you fit in this game, right? I always told you, money is my own natural energy yield. It comes back to you, but you got to do the knowledge and understanding of knowing who you are in this game, in this economic game. Don't put yourself last. Put yourself first. Make people respect and know what they're talking about and let them know you know what you're talking about, right? So I want to give more information out to people so people can understand what they're doing when they're out there and they're trying to put a business model together. So first they got to understand who they are in the business. Then they can run the business. But if you got ramshack credit, the business doesn't mean anything. Oh, Marvin, you said a business credit. Yeah, man, but how you gonna run a business and you got a 500 credit score? Who gonna give you some money? Ain't nobody gonna give you no money. And if they is, you don't even, them interest rate gonna be older than you. You see what I'm saying? So you don't put yourself to be embarrassed. Don't put yourself in a situation that's gonna blow up on you, right? Know what you can do, know how to move, get you all out there, get you some situations that you can go get a house. They got investments now in the real estate side. You can almost go out here in some of these rural towns and pretty much buy some of these houses almost cash money if you got the credibility. You can pretty much take a credit card. I've seen them. I'm with guys all the time. They pull out a plastic and they go buy a house with their card. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see them all the time. A $25,000, $30,000 house. Okay, cool, right? You see what I'm saying? So you can get there though, guys. You just got to know how to play the game. And when you get the credit, don't let this stuff come up on you and you go start getting all this stuff that doesn't even matter, guys. You gotta do what you gotta do to make sure this stuff sticks. It's gonna make sure it's building your legacy. It's gonna be asset based. It's gonna be collateral based, and it's gonna be something worth, and it's gonna mean something to you and your kids and your legacy for years to come. That's what makes sense, guys. Leverage. Stuff that's gonna be valuable. Things that you can sell and make a profit. Let's quit being consumer based and be more buying minded. Let's be able to start buying things so we can be able to keep this money inside of our neighborhoods, right? I mean, this stuff goes out within seconds of what I'm hearing, right? And big ups to Killer Mike with the digital bank down in the A. They doing the right thing, man. I love it, you know? I mean, I'm definitely want to get down there. I got somebody that's supposed to have some inroads. I'm trying to get in their face for real. You see? You know what I'm saying? Because the digital platform is where it's at, because he knows it's all about data. And he knows a lot of banks don't play fair ball with everybody. They don't. You see? Because we got to get more ownership, guys. If we're thinking more ownership, that'll provide us the means that we can go out and make some moves and we can be creative. Now, we can go out and really get that 40 acres, right? And be able to put something on that 40 acres that's ours as well, right? So this is what we're talking about, guys. So when I say protecting yourself and protecting your credit, that's what it is. It's protecting your name, it's protecting your credibility. It's about your buying habits, and it's about your thinking when it comes to this stuff. And if you don't know, go to somebody that does. And I understand y'all want to go get a financial advisor. Fine. You want to go talk about the 401ks and what you're going to do with your money and all that, guys. I have connections with that as well. But I'm talking about the people out here that goes to work and go wake up every day and got to pull something out of their card and knowing that whatever you pulling out of your pocket, you got to have to pay for sooner or later. But that's a big difference. Sooner or later, guys, right? Because if you got credibility, thank you, Mr. Wilson. We'll talk to you in a couple months. Don't even worry about it. They give you time to go get that money. They don't even worry about it because they know you're good, right? And then again, guys, when I want to talk about too, when you say protecting yourself, guys, you're the man of the house and you're married or you guys are thinking about getting married, make sure you guys are aligning, being at that right place at the same time. Do you know, guys, how powerful it would be to have a woman and a man and a wife with a 750 plus credit score, right? That both have a home, both have installment loans such as cars and different things like that. So, guys, it's three things that the banks always give us and provide us, and then let you know off the bat. Credit will give you something. You got credibility. You show the banks you got good credit. Oh, they'll give you lines of credit. They'll give you credibility, give you credit cards. Collateral. You got houses. You got real estate. You got assets. Hey, they know. Hey, we'll give you everything. They take the value of that stuff. They'll give you some money. You know, they know if you mess up, you don't pay them, they gonna take that house, right? Revenue. That's why I always tell my guys, make sure you're running that money and putting that money in the bank, and make sure you're writing yourself and people have actually make sure you're getting invoices and procuring those deposits in your bank accounts, guys. Even if you got to write it to yourself, because the thing is, guys, you can show banks that if you show revenue, they'll give you some. But you know, they love money because they turning your money anyway. So you might as well make sure it works for you as well. That's called revenue funding, which is coming back around again because they know it's back in the market. They just replenished all this, everybody signing for the loans and getting all this money out. They know it's going to come back. It's a science to it, guys, but don't get mad at it. Just know how to play the game. So let's protect ourselves out here, guys. Let's think real good for this next quarter. Get your situation straight. Hit us up at funding-credit.com. We're procuring a new website. Just to get into that, guys, we got a new website coming up. It's looking great. I'm really excited about that. We're really going to have this thing really automated. We got a mortgage line out here. Anybody that's want to get that right situation, get into a home and start getting some investment properties, or it might be your primary property, whatever the case may be, hit us up. We have a dedicated line just for that. People that want to get into a home, we got you, because we know how important that is, you know, to really be able to put a home under your name, right? But anything other than that, public records, I'm gonna tell you what Funding-Credit have done. I went out and parachuted down on something that is so phenomenal. I have a team of 5 people right now, and all thing they dedicated is to do public records and the worst cases that you could ever think of that's on your credit. That's not a problem at all. And it doesn't take them a long time either, right? You know, that's going to be a little bit pricey, but the job is going to get done. Just put that in order. I'm really excited about that, and I can do volume, and I can really take care of people, guys. You know, because you got to get a right team to be able to go out here and say this stuff and really stand on it, because people will hold you to it. And believe me, I know. Okay, so the thing is, guys, this is a phenomenal. I got a credit university behind me with PhDs in credit, cyber security, people with a cybersecurity degree, and also a credit expert that wears the same hat, but 2 hats. I just told you, I'm ready. Let's work. I'm ready to help you guys get to the next level, guys. You know, you pay for it. You get what you pay for. If you're ready to get busy, and you're ready to go ahead and take this thing to the next level. All these young guys out here, they hungry, you know, and I don't blame them. Go out here. Don't let nobody tell you how much money you can make every week. Don't never let nobody tell you that. And don't never let nobody tell you what you can't do. But those 2 things got to coincide sometimes, right? But as you're running and making that money, you got to make sure you're protected. Okay, so Marvin's here, guys. This was about protecting your credit, you know, and I would just want to formulate a relationship with you, whether you come to me or you go to someone else. At least you know what to ask for. At least you know what you should be talking about, right? So we're going to be putting education, putting videos out. I made a real big deal today. You know, be making an announcement here in the next couple of days. Really made a big deal today, man. We really put a big deal together. And it's right in y'all backyard. So we're going to be seeing y'all, and y'all going to be seeing us all out in the public and everything else. But I'll let y'all guys catch up with that later. But that's what it is. It's business credit, guys. You can do a whole lot when you know what you're doing, and you can do a whole lot when you got a long reach. Okay? So, guys, you know, you can't have short arm and deep pockets. It don't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, guys. You got to have a long reach, right? You know, we're not machines. We work hard, guys. But let your credit work for you. Let it be your leverage, guys. Cash is cool, but it has nothing to do with. It has no comparison to credit, guys. And I gave you guys a good example right in the middle of COVID. I stood right in the middle of Walmart, and I told you, I said, this is business credit, guys. Everybody else was shut down. They booming. When I went down there, guys, I sat at the table with Walmart, and I sat at the table with a whole table of underwriters. And you know what they said? They said, well, Marvin, I'll be honest with you. For the most part, everything that comes into our stores has usually been paid for 3 years ago. What? Yeah. When you see that bottle of mayonnaise or that Heinz 57 sauce, yeah, that Heinz 57 sauce, yeah, they got like about $2 billion worth of line of credit on Heinz 50. Everything that you see in there, guys, been bought and paid for cases and cases and truckloads years ago. Guess what? Keep it coming. It's on the tab. Business credit. You see how a wonderful sister, I love her to death. My family loves to hear her sing. Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle tried to put her a pot. Now, she had the best product. It was great pies. They said it make your shoes, make you want to kick your shoes off, wiggle your toes. That pie. But at the end of the day, guess what? It couldn't even stay on the rack for 1 or 2 days because her supply and her reach wasn't long. So you know what they did, don't you? Do you need a little bit of help? I say no more. Don't get on the big porch. You know, if you ain't got the big seat to sit on that porch, you know, because they'll let you jump in, but they already know with the volume and the millions of people they got coming in their stores, your product might be in there a couple of days, but you better keep it coming. So be systematic. Let's be happy. Let's be courageous. And let's understand what we bring to the table because we're really creative people and geniuses. But we got to be able to see it from behind back to the front, not front to back. Okay? Think about not the worst thing that could happen, but just think about what could happen and just take it back and just do your homework on how you can do preventive maintenance to protect yourself. Make sure you guys, accounts receivable, everything that's going in your company, make sure everything could be insured if you have credit. Because if you got credit, you can afford those insurance policies, guys. You need it. You need it. You got to protect yourself, right? So, guys, anything that's out there, truck drivers, want to be over the owner operators, anybody out there that I'm talking about that want to go out and go get their money, this is the time to go do it. Step into it, guys. Give us a call, 980-892-1823. We do have some other phone numbers with extensions that's going to be coming out as well. Going to be really doing a lot of traveling coming up this next year. Really got a whole lot of things going on with Beyonce's father, Matthew Knowles. He accepted me in a one-on-one business aspect. It's going to be really huge. I was actually, featured in a magazine with him. Done a few Zoom calls, just ready to connect this thing and make this thing. He's really excited, and I am too. I'm really working, guys, being humble, but it's making sense because you guess what, guys? Don't build a business just to make money. Build a business to solve problems. That's all you got to think about. Because the money gonna come. Don't think about the money. I know that sounds crazy. To solve problems. And the bigger problems you solve is the more money you're going to make. That's pretty much what it is, right? And when you do it, do the best that you know how and give it all you got, work hard, and do a little bit more than what the next man is doing. And have enough capital that when something changes, you can change. In the last 4 months, guys, I've changed my whole dynamics of how my whole business ran, but I was ready. You see what I'm saying? So, you guys, let's step it up a notch. I love to see people winning. I really do, guys. I encourage everybody that's around me, anybody that I see that have, stepped out and do what they need to do. I love it, guys, because it's out here. It's enough for everybody. Everybody. We don't need to keep playing this crab in a barrel mentality stuff. And let's be creative and start being competitive. Because what we're competing for, we've been behind for 400 something years. What we're still competing for? What? Let's go out here and be creative and let's do it, guys. And so the thing is, man, we got to have the mentality. Let's just jump off the cliff and learn how to fly on the way down. Step out on faith, guys. Think big. If you're gonna think, you might as well think big. And put yourself in order. God is order. So if you're not in order, what you think you're going to get back? Chaos, drama, lack, limitation, everything that's not designed and what we talking about. Got to be in order, guys. So take it from me, take it from anybody else. Get yourself a mentor, get somebody that's established and understands and know how this thing rolls. Learn, roll your sleeves up, and let's go to work. This is it, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. It's been an exciting week for me. There's a lot of things going on. Guys, I want to add as well, I'm definitely looking for some internet salesmen. I have some dynamic products that's out there. Anybody that want to connect and make some passive income or want a second income, hit us up, guys. I want some people to help me run this Are You Fundable campaign. I mean, actually, guys, think about it. Think about how many people that you know and you ask them this question, are you fundable? And think about what they would tell you. Right? Because it only could be one of three of them. It could only be really one or three things that's going on with them. Either they need to get their credit fixed, you can make money. If they need their credit to go up 40, 50 points in a couple of weeks, you're going to make money. If they need funding, you're going to make money. Are you fundable? That's all. Guys, the link is down there. Go right there and hit us up, guys. Go make you a good $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Okay? And you could do it. So I'm looking for positions, guys. I'll be putting up flyers, looking for some positions online. I don't care. You could be anywhere in the United States. We can hook you up. We're going to train you. We're going to give you the supporting material. We're going to let you know that everything you're selling is insured, right? So ain't nobody out here going to be losing. And when nobody's taking no whammies, no, going into 2021, we've had enough in 2020. Okay? Let's be favorable. Let's have a spirit of opulence. Let's have a spirit of no fear. And let's have a spirit of thinking high. Knocking it down, guys. Let's do some business, man. They thought that we wasn't thick enough and strong enough to get through this pandemic, and we still here. So let's show them what we got, guys. Let's get ready and let's get focused and let's go out there and do what we love to do, but make it a business. Don't go out here just playing with it. Make it a business. Put it on paper. Get an EIN number. Get an S corp. Get set up properly. Get your right banking information. Get your financial institutions corrected. Make sure that when you go out there, you got your deliverables and the way you're moving is the right way to move. It's all right here, guys. Funding-credit.com. We'll sit down with you, give you a good consult, let you know what we need to do. Go in aggressive. We don't do dispute letters over here. We do demand letters. We got this new group, and it's so powerful, guys. It's cyber security credit. Okay? You heard that first. Meta Marvin. Email info@funding-credit.com. The number's down there, 980-892-1823. I'm giving it for the people that wants to hear and the ears that want to hear, they will hear it. And the people that need it and want it, they're going to move their feet. Everybody else, they're going to sit here and judge and point and talk junk or go somewhere else. And that's fine with me. But just do it, guys. It don't matter to me. I'm working regardless. And I'm putting it out there for the people that want it because I know how valuable it is. And I know how valuable it is with this new president, with our president, not new, this president. Okay? Think about it. Be wise. Wise, dumb. Wisdom. Don't be so dumb you can't be wise. And don't be so wise that you're going to be dumb. Wisdom. Okay? Learn it. Be it. And know when you hear good stuff, accept it. Put your pride down. Put your ego. Egos, man. They're killing our community. Yeah. Ego, edging God out, man. You ain't giving him no playing room to play with you. It's not being able. You're not being creative enough. You put too much weight when it could just be easy. Be creative, guys. Meta Marvin, your boy, funding CEO, funding-credit. We're going in, guys. last quarter of the year. Y'all be good out there. Have a phenomenal weekend. Be around some good company. The closest 5 people to you is where you're going to be next year. Remember that. That's people, places, and things. Peace.